The self needs another entity in order to define itself. Only by looking at someone similar can we see the contrast. And by seeing that contrast, we can transform ourselves into better beings. But I ain't Oliver Thorne, and this ain't Philosophy Tube, and I talk about dumb shit. Transformers! Transformers has got to be one of the most haphazard franchises ever created. Starting life as a toy line in Japan based around tiny dudes and mechs. Hasbro swooped in, took the mechs, ditched the dudes, slapped a story on it, showed it to kids and said, hey, the bad guy's a gun. Made a 30-minute commercial in the throes of the capitalistic heights known as the 80s, made millions of dollars, and on the 7th day, Primus rested. The story created for this little endeavor had a simple setup. Millennia ago on a distant planet known as Cybertron, the people of said planet started to divide themselves into factions, the Autobots and the Decepticons. This is because in any continuity, something happens where the populace has a disagreement. People picked sides and conflict arose. Conflict leads to war, and war leads to the destruction of their planet due to the depletion of resources. But they didn't think about stopping. So they went out into space to find more resources. And they found some. And both factions went there to fight for those resources. They went to planet Earth. Now the name of this video makes more sense. This little series is done to point out how stories that use another world can use that aspect in order to show elements of the stories and characters in them. Want a refresher? Go watch the one I did about Digimon. Now, this franchise typically doesn't shed a light on our world, often just making jokes or simple observations, such as animated and our relationship with technology, or any of them in the thought, oh god, why are we so squishy? So what do these stories say about the Transformers themselves, other than buy toys? That's always the main message of Transformers. For eons, the Transformers simply warred with themselves. They had interstellar travel, but they had lost that tech long ago. When they came to Earth, it was millions of years before humans were even a species. They just sat dormant in their ships, all while a CGI spin-off happened around them. But when they do wake up, both groups, the Autobots and Decepticons, are confronted with the fact that the other side has survived, that their war must continue, and that there is a new side to all of this. Other people. Not just other people, but a completely different idea of life. The people they found were not robotic. They were flesh and blood. They were human. Each faction now has a chance to define themselves in greater detail. The war has had two sides for so long, a third party completely changes the dynamic. We are small and insignificant, and the Decepticons take advantage of that. To them, we are below, fodder, or slaves. Our planet is being wasted with us. They can use our resources much better. Why should we work with them? Let's just take it. The Autobots are a different story though. They wake up in this new world, see some strange creatures in danger, and decide to help. They meet humanity, and they like the cut of our jib. Sure, humans are small, but they're plucky. And in the grand scheme of the universe, the Transformers are small too, so they work together. The Autobots see the destruction that the Decepticons can create on Earth. They think back to their home and go, oh shit, not again. Wait, no, never again. So they decide to fight for us, learn about us, our world, our cultures, life in general. They vow to not let the Decepticons repeat the mistake they made to their own planet. Back on their home planet, the Transformers could have been two sides to the same coin, just fighting a war for eons with no real end in sight, but they met us. Only then did the Decepticons have a chance to make peace with another group and throw it away. And only by meeting us did the Autobots go from fight to protect Cybertron to fight for the rights of all sentient beings. Only when they had someone else that they had to deal with could you say they figured out who they were. When they were the only two sides, it was they are wrong and we are right. Simple as that. Humanity muddled it up and made their war all the clearer. The Decepticons were willing to destroy. Kill any who was not them, consequences be damned. They were going to get what they want, whether you like it or not. The Autobots, they saw that and hated it, so they fought. They realized protecting someone else was more important than just winning their war. The way they saw themselves only solidified through the lens of humanity. They fought the war now not just for themselves, but for anybody the Decepticons would hurt. We were the ones who defined Autobot and Decepticon. So transform and roll out, Autobots, and may you fight for the rights of all sentient beings.